Good evening all and welcome to another video on All How's It Ale. It's Sunday night, which means it's trad beer style night, and the beer we're going for is this one. It is Rudgate's York Chocolate Stout, and it is a 5% ABV. Rich, smooth and chocolatey stout according to the front of the bottle, but on the back it says at Rudgate we've been brewing award-winning beers for over 25 years. But we don't stop there. Our talented brewers continue to experiment and push the boundaries of brewing, producing innovative and tasty beers for our customers, old and new. Always great beer, always something new. Deliciously rich, smooth chocolate stout infused with flavours of roasted cocoa and vanilla. It's made in Yorkshire, and I picked this one up in Kirby last month. So, yes, 2.5 units in the bottle, 5% ABV, like I say, and yeah, it's hopefully going to be tasty. I do enjoy a good chocolate stout, so without further ado, let's get it out of the bottle, into a glass, and see what we think, shall we? So we're pouring into my Guinness glass today, and the pour is dark, but not as dark as I was expecting. We can encourage a bit of a head. Oop. We've gone over the side, ladies and gents. I've got wet legs. A little bit aggressive on the pour. So that's your beer in a glass. It's dark brown as opposed to black, with a head that requires either flakes, sprinkles, or even sauce. You can have chocolate sauce since it's a chocolate stout. So yeah, so it's more mahogany than black, which it remains to be seen whether or not that is a negative or not. But yeah, so it looks okay. Nice head on it. Looks, yeah, clear. There's no real sign of haze going on in there. And I know it's kind of difficult to spot a haze on a dark beer, but where there is light coming through, it is nice and clear. So it's not hazy. Anyway, let's have a whiff. Do we get the chocolate? Getting the vanilla. Getting a hint of roasted malt. Maybe a subtle chocolate. Yeah, it's very subtle, but it's mostly vanilla and malt, which is no bad thing. You know, if it tastes nice and smells nice, it's a good thing. If it doesn't deliver the chocolate, though, that's going to be negative because that's what it's meant to be. Anyway, so it looks okay. It smells okay. So the taste. Cheers. Medium body, soft mouthfeel, carbonation is okay. It's creamy-ish, I'll give it that. Roasted malts are definitely there. Vanilla is there. The chocolate is subtle. It is subtle. It's more in the background than anything. It's not dominating at all the flavour profile of this beer. That said, it's nice for what it is. There's a pleasant bitterness to it, a subtle hint of the hops. In fact, that bitterness is really quite nice. It's more bitter than many stouts of this kind of ilk, and I appreciate that because I like it. It's dry on the finish, malty on the finish, sweet as well. Not a half bad stout. It's just lacking that chocolate oomph for me. Yeah. So, spillage and ice cream complement. My words out. Ice cream toppings required aside. Let's go to the Untapped scoreboard of joy, which says the Rudgate York Chocolate Stout has had about 3,400 check-ins and an average score of about 3.55, which isn't bad. Let's go to my scoreboard of joy. It's currently empty, as you can see, and give it the 5 pillars of judgment as always, starting with the appearance. We're just going to top off because there were some dregs in the bottle. Get those out there. So, looks-wise, it looks more like a pint of broadside than it does a stout. I know it looks darker on the video, but I've got lights here and it looks more like a pint of broadside than it does anything else. It's not as dark as many stouts. I mean, Guinness obviously is really, really dark, and that is kind of the benchmark. But it's not got that real wow factor, that no black as the ace of spades kind of thing to it. It's got a nice head on it though. You know, it looks good. It's good. It's good. It just needs to be more dark. So we are going to give it 0.5. You know, it's just missing that extra oomph. The aromas are the next thing. Now, what you do smell is nice. Roasted malt, sweet vanilla. It's verging on kind of a marshmallow type thing. And the subtle chocolate. When I've got a chocolate stout in a bottle that's been poured into a glass and it's sitting in front of my nose, I want to smell more chocolate than I do. That said, I like what I smell, but I can't give it full points because it's missing a big healthy dose of chocolate. It's good. It's not very good though. I'm going to give it the 0.5 as well. The body is all right. You know, it's not massively thick. It's not too thin. The carbonation is good. It's got a creamy mouthfeel. I can't really fault that too much. Yeah, it works. I'm going to give it the full point. I'm not going to knock it there. The taste is the bit that matters the most, and it does say it's a chocolate stout. You do get chocolate, but it is really, really, really subtle. Think Oreos, you know, where they're void of most flavours, but you can just get that hint of chocolate. That's what you've got here. But you have got nice bitter roasted malts and a sweet vanilla that just kind of balances those bitterness from the malts really quite nicely. And bitterness from the hops, I meant to say, not the malts. You know, it's a very, very nice flavour. If it had more chocolate, it would get full points. But because I really enjoy what is there, otherwise, I'm going to give it the 0.75. And the finish. I really, really like the finish on this one. It's got some bitterness, which I don't find in too many stouts. And the ones I do find it in tend to be big ABV stouts, imperial level stouts. And I can't drink too many of those. So to find one where you've got a pleasant level of bitterness at a much lower ABV than around your 10% mark is a bit of a gem, and it's nice to have found it. The hops are most present in the finish. The bitterness and the dryness, though, for me, are just absolutely spot on. I'm going to give it the full point on the finish because it is really, really rather good. Which means we have got a total for the Rudgate York Chocolate Stout of 3.75 out of 5, which, you know, it's a little bit higher than the average that it's got on Untapped. Not as high as I was hoping for. I was hoping for a lot more chocolate. If it had that, it would have been brilliant. But that said, it's still a very drinkable stout nonetheless. So, ladies and gents, boys and girls, we're at the point in the video where we're going to say, that's been the beer down there in my wet trousers because I spilled the beer. I've been Nick. Those are the buttons. You know exactly what to do. And I will see you again soon for another one. Bye.